So I figured I'd whine again some more. uh, document. Um, I'm not well right now. I haven't been really well for a while. I have moments of, relief, but not many. And they usually come with being fucked up or checked out or doing some art and living in my delusion that somehow everything is going to be okay. And that's fine, but man cannot live on delusion alone. And living in a delusion isn't healthy. When the reality that's in your face every single day is showing a pattern, of a pattern of behavior and actions and stimuli response and even the best therapists will tell you that the best indication of future behavior is past behavior, future events is past events, and as I've said in my other videos, that I was damaged goods from jump, so it's okay for everyone and anyone to treat me any way they want to, because damaged goods. And this bullshit that my ex-husband put on me is never going to go away. And it's not just memories and painful memories or anxiety. It's a mark that tells everyone around me that it is okay to absolutely shit on me. Unless I'm actively giving them something in that moment, and even when that moment is over, they're allowed to shit on me and rob me and take away my ability to provide for my family. Take away my friends and family. Take away my community. And eventually just take away everything I love, right? And that really is the case, But it's being programmed with the trauma and the abuse from childhood, and I'm not talking a couple of bad fucking days, I'm talking constant, every single day, fear and bullshit and violence, and told that my mother's suffering was my fault. And then trying to carve out a life for myself, and then just falling into, not even falling, but pushing myself into the hands of another abuser, who wasn't at first, but he became one because that's what you do. But once you get on that path, there's once he got on that path, there's no turning back. Once my mother got on that path, there's no turning back. Once I got on that path, there's no turning back. I could have taken the route to be an abuser myself to the people around me and my kids. I did lash out at my oldest, and she's never let me forget it, but she also turned into that same shit, with, she makes up lies and, whatever. I don't want to speak ill about my kiddo, but she has a job to do, But everyone around me has a job to do now. And I tried to find myself a little corner. I was pushed into a corner, and I was like, no, this corner isn't good enough for me. So I'm gonna fight, and I'm not gonna take this abuse and this rape and the mindfuckery and the mobbing and the ganging, and I just would rather go be on my own. But then you get out in the world, and it's out there too, so okay, well, fine, I'll just isolate. And you isolate, and then even little by little, the people that were once around you, close to you, that you considered family, and even your actual family, will seek you out, to keep harassing and abusing and gaslighting and vandalizing your car and robbing your things and stealing your money. Burning the only bridges you have left. Even if you don't burn them yourself, someone else is going to burn them for you. And there's no getting away from it, because you go and you block them, and then they find another way to contact you. Contact me. It's me I'm talking about. I wake up to messages in the morning from my mother. Just doing the same mindfuckery. Repeating their names over and over and over again. Like neuro-linguistic programming, I believe they call it. I know she's not smart enough to know the term for it, but that's what it is. It's motherfucking is what it is, but and she'll just blow me up for days and remind me how completely little I mean to anybody else in this world, except for my children, my little ones. And then my old friends will do the same thing. And then I try to go out and make new friends, and as soon as I open up and say anything about me and not just be a bot, and I don't just throw it out there anymore, I wait. And people will start talking about their struggles and their stuff, and you go, hey, you're not alone. I'm going through the same kind of thing, and then they just use it against you, and I don't know what happened to the world, but there's no room for me left in it. Except to be a warm body for my children to come and visit. And, Like, I try to be the best mom I can and to teach them the things that I think they need to know. And I've done that now obviously for quite a few years, but for the last 3 years it's been, in one room and limited resources, and or even not even a room, sometimes. And all the while, him trying to sabotage, him and his wife now trying to sabotage my relationship with them and my time with them and my freedom, and try to trap me into going back to jail, and I have no one, like literally no one to talk to about any of this. Because this is the life of someone who says no, This is the life of a mother that says no. Because they have to make an example out of me to scare the others into compliance. And there's no way out of it. There's no way to be a full human being in this world anymore. The best case scenario is being completely isolated, giving my children the bare minimum, getting medicated if I'm lucky, but I've already had really bad luck with doctors, many of them, because they're part of the machine that does this. And there's no chance at coming back from this. There's no more, hey, if you do this, we'll let up. It's, no. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch, for the rest of your life. And I don't know how I'm supposed to do my part to raise my children with this on me, Human beings need other people. There are some people in this world that are super okay with just being alone, and they've carved out a way in this world for them. But I can't seem to manage to do it. I can't put on the mask, and like the proverbial mask, and pretend to be someone I'm not, because it kills a part of my soul every time. And when you keep killing, like, it's one thing when there's external forces like killing your soul, and chipping away at you. But it's a special kind of hell when you have to do it to yourself, when you have to chip away at your own soul just to be part of the group, part of anything, just to have a connection with another, even fake human beings, that are fucking on the internet, or, fake friends, or... I cannot do that. There's, to me, like that cost-benefit analysis, the risk-reward, chart, there is no reward to that at all. There is no benefit to that at all. there is the benefit of being there for my kids and, trying to put on the happy face and all that. But at the same time, I'm not doing them any service by, I candy coat things for them, don't get me wrong, in a way they could understand, but at the same time, like, what's the point of, like, having a child if you're not gonna, like, impart your wisdom on them, right? And like, raising a daughter, you don't want to raise your daughter to, like, be a victim, so you need to tell her these are the things you gotta watch out for, and you don't want to raise your son to be an abuser, so you have to tell him these are the things to watch out for, and vice versa. You don't want to raise your daughter to be an abuser. You don't want to raise your son to be a victim. But to be able to do that, to be able to, like, keep imparting my wisdom on them, because I've been able to, somehow, by some miracle, I've been able to maintain a way to give them that knowledge without, like, shocking them like my mother would do to me, like, she has a really weird way of delivering things, but I think you have a pretty healthy way of delivering knowledge to them without jading their view of the world and without scaring them, even though, they're both a little bit scared, but it's a scary fucking world, But, so there's, like, I could keep doing that if I had a way to fill up this well, with your basic human needs. And I don't, I have basic human needs at this moment. I have food, I have shelter. I can, at this point, get them to school and back. But some, people keep fucking with my car. Somebody broke my windows. Somebody flattened my tires. And that's not the first time that's happened. This has happened plenty of times. And that's good. That's one of those things that's going to keep happening. I can't sustain this, is what I'm saying. I can't sustain this. And the constant abuse. The constant reminders of the people from my past, like, contacting me and seeking me out and reminding me how little I matter. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it absolutely is, because it's not just that one text or that one phone call. It's attached to every other shitty thing that she's ever done, and it's part of it. It's an ongoing thing. It's not one text, or one phone call, or one show up at my door. It's years of it that's just keeps growing, And again, you can try to make new connections, and those, somehow I was like a fucking predator magnet, And the new people that I do meet like to remind me in many different ways that you're fucked.